Hello everyone, I'm Salad and welcome back to Danganronpa 3. Now, last time I noticed there was some sort of issues with my voice audio. It was sort of crackly and bubbly. Hopefully that isn't an issue this time around. I did a lot of weird testing and moving around of my audio equipment, re-plugging and unplugging cables and fiddling around with all sorts of settings. After some testing, it seems like it sounds a little bit better, but I don't know if it's fully fixed or not. Hopefully, if it's not fixed, hopefully I figure out what the issue is, and hopefully it wasn't too distracting. Regardless, though, that aside, we are going straight into the 6th class trial, which seems to be us about to pin the murder of Rantaro onto Monokuma rather than the Kaede that we were familiar with. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, I talked last time about all the various evidence that we had. Thank you, Past Me, for reminding me of all that stuff. And there's a lot. There's a lot, and I honestly don't know where all of it goes. There's the stuff with Rantaro in his video. There's the stuff with the second Kaede, the Makoto kid that we completely forgot about. There's all that stuff, right? So I don't have much else to add to Past Me and what he said about all the theories and thoughts. I just feel like we need to get into this, see what actually happened, see what's going on, and see if we can figure it out. So let's just do that. Let's begin the class trial. Oh, actually, I do have one thing to add. We're zooming into everybody. The game's supposed to end when there's 2 people left. We're still nowhere near that, even though this feels like it's the final class trial. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that aspect of things either. Are we actually gonna get to a point where there's only 2 people left, or no?
I'd like to begin by asking Shuichi a question, since this class trial was his idea.
Yeah, we probably should explain the whole reasoning behind that, shouldn't we?
What exactly is the point of this class trial?
Yeah, what's the point? That is the core question.
Why are we having a class trial if no one died? Whoa! My voice was way louder than I expected. I might be on a roll today.
Hey! I'm no slouch at being a loudmouth either!
I mean, that's been your entire purpose this entire time. He's always been the loudmouth one, not a kid. But not you.
Monodum's voice is super soft, though. Everyone cool with him getting blown up?
You said that the killing game would end if you exposed the truth at the class trial. So, you bastards, what is the purpose of this class trial?
Oh, that's a good question.
You already asked that.
But his voice was quiet.
Does voice volume not matter at all?
Nope, because you all have subtitles. So since you all have subtitles, voice volume does not matter. The purpose of this class trial...
All right, I'll give you an answer. The reason I called for this trial is...
to continue the killing game, retry a past case. That's the one.
That's it! I wish to retry a past case.
A retrial?
For which case?
Very
The
first one.
The murder of Rantaro Amami. I've found new evidence relevant to the case. In light of that evidence, I demand a retrial.
What's the point of a retrial? The result of the first class trial has already been settled. Yeah.
What if our vote was wrong?
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Wrong.
And yet, Monokuma felt it
Monokuma's
was
super
correct.
blackened for that incident was Kaede.
Are you saying he was wrong?
Whoa!
Mono Kid, your reactions are too extreme. It's making the rest of us look bad.
I don't think it matters. I think you all look bad in your own ways, but it's fine. You're the fact that you're each bad in your own ways is what makes you special.
Oh shit, he's already got the detonator!
To test the validity of our vote, we're going to retry the entire case. If Monokuma was wrong, the validity of these trials would be in question. The entire killing game wouldn't make sense anymore.
I mean, to be fair, it now doesn't make sense in the first place, but I see what you mean, Shuichi.
I see. You think you can destroy the game by calling out my failure as the game master.
You shouldn't have a problem with this if you have nothing to hide, Monokuma.
So in the end, the first case has become the focal point yet again.
Yep, come all the way back around.
What a twist! What an interesting twist! Okay, let's do this!
I mean, it's a twist that I was always looking for, right? I think during the very first case, I possibly vocalized it as well at the time, but I was trying to make sure that I had a good memory of everything that happened in that very first trial, because of the fact that it felt so odd and so unique and complicated for a first trial of a series, or for the first trial of the game. I think that is exactly I think that's what I said precisely at the time, was that it felt like it was too complex of a trial to be the first case of the game, and that made me suspicious that it would come up again later. And so this isn't actually a huge surprise. This isn't actually it is an interesting twist, and I do like it, and I like that I was right about in that particular instance that this has come up again. But I also think that it was not too unexpected. It's something that can be, I don't know what the word is, but it makes sense.
So what is this new truth?
I think it's something other people other than myself also probably had similar thoughts about at the time.
There are several. But before we go any further, I want to discuss Rantaro's talent.
Did you learn what his talent was?
Rantaro's ultimate talent was a mystery, but now I know. He was the ultimate survivor, right? Ultimate victim, ultimate mastermind, ultimate quiz master survivor.
That's it! He was the ultimate survivor.
Ultimate survivor?
I saw it too. He said so in his video.
Well, the truth is, this isn't your first killing game. You're the ultimate survivor. You survived the last killing game. That's why you get this perk, the survivor perk.
Rantaro became the ultimate survivor after surviving a past killing game. After his memory was wiped, he participated in the killing game once again.
So this wasn't Rantaro's first killing game?
Yep, and I don't think it was our first killing game either, although I guess it depends on how you define our.
Why did he participate in a second killing game?
I'm not sure yet. But after I learned that Rantaro was the ultimate survivor, I deduced his objective.
Rantaro's objective?
The reason he went to the library before he was killed, and why he knew about the hidden door.
Didn't he just happen to randomly notice the hidden door?
That's what I thought at the time, but it appears that assumption was false. There was an actual reason Rantaro knew about the door.
Yes, that reason is okay. I don't actually know what he's going with here, Shuichi. Is he saying that the previous Rantaro told him? Kaede told him? Survivor perk? Coincidence? Survivor perk, right?
That's it! Rantaro was given this monopad as a kind of survivor perk. It has a map of the entire academy, including areas that had not yet been unlocked.
Yeah, and which is interesting because the academy hadn't even finished being built at that time. But it didn't have that particular door on it, right? I thought, or was it a different place that wasn't marked? Oh no, okay.
Of course, that includes the...
It was a hidden path that wasn't marked. I forgot about that. The hidden room itself was there.
To think Rantaro was given that as a survivor perk.
Yeah, intentionally, of course.
He
By
found out about the
Monokuma.
hidden room with this map?
The monopad also contained a video Rantaro recorded for himself.
Yeah, hiding somewhere in the academy when Monokuma needs a
If
spare.
the mastermind ever needed a spare Monokuma, they would head to the hidden room.
The message was what inspired him to go to the library to investigate the hidden room.
A time limit is now in effect. If a murder does not occur by nighttime 2 days from now, then every student forced to participate in this killing game will die. Followed to shreds by countless Monokumas from the rumored Monokuma making machine.
The mastermind would have gone to that room to mass-produce Monokuma once time ran out. So, in order to figure out who the mastermind was...
Well, I mean, they could have went there at any time. Not just before it ran out.
Rantaro went to the hidden room...
Or not just right before it ran out.
Just before time ran out.
That's right. Rantaro must have come to the same conclusion that Kaede and I did.
Sure is ironic that the ultimate survivor died because of Kaede's crap.
But if Rantaro had a clue like that, why didn't he come to us with it?
Well, it would have made him look suspicious if we knew that he was the, like, survivor of the previous killing game.
I assume because he didn't trust us. The killing game had just started after all.
Yeah, and his video message told him not to trust everybody, so...
What he said in his video message certainly didn't help either.
Mm-hmm.
He told himself to only share this information with people he could trust.
He didn't have any recollection of filming this message, right?
And it's possible that the Rentario of the previous iteration didn't even know who he would be with in the killing game the second time around. It's possible that video Rantaro didn't know that everybody was going to be cloned again, and the people, because otherwise he would have said, oh, these are the people you can trust, because those people are going to be present again a second time for the second killing game. Unless I'm completely wrong. If I'm completely wrong and the previous killing game was with completely different people, then all right, that I was wrong. But I'm pretty sure it has always just been with the same people, so he probably just didn't know that.
That means he must have had trouble believing it as well.
It was probably confusing to him too. That's why he didn't consult us.
Why the long face? It's nothing. I figure no one would listen to some guy who can't even remember his own talent, right? This is exactly what Monokuma wants us to do. So what else is a part of his plan? Is my memory a part of it too? If it is, then... can I even trust myself?
He didn't know if he could trust that video, or trust us, or even trust himself.
Yeah.
He must have been so lost.
And again, it's a shame that he died so early on. Otherwise, this kind of stuff probably would have become clear a lot earlier.
But with the time limit approaching, he decided to take a chance.
There's no need for that, because I'm gonna end this game. I've already decided. You're going to end this game? It's not about outfoxing everyone in this killing game. It's about ending the game itself. Yeah, you had the right idea, in that way. That's the real goal. Can you even accomplish such a feat? I would be saying this if I didn't think I could.
So we went to the library alone, without telling anyone.
And then he got killed by Kaede's trap.
You keep saying that, Himiko. That's not what we're going for here.
The only people who knew about the hidden door at that time were Rantaro and I. I had Kaede with me, and I thought I could trust her, so I told her about the hidden room. That was the difference between me and Rantaro, I suppose. I had Kaede.
And Kaede's the one who killed him!
What a snake!
Hey, Hey, so what are you guys talking about? Is this something I forgot?
I forgot that he's keeps forgetting things.
I don't know anything about what they're saying.
Well, I mean, I guess they're all new Monocubs, right? They weren't present, because they all got recreated, right?
Is this something that transpired before we were born?
Yes, I guess it was.
So what's your point?
So, because they are technically different Monocubs, that means they can't testify anything. They can't say like, oh, if we accuse them of modifying the images when they went to develop them, they won't know, and so they can't testify to it because the ones who knew are already dead.
Rantaro was and why he did what he did.
Is that significant?
But it's pointless now, isn't it?
No, it's not pointless. Now that we know this new information, if we look back at Rantaro's case, we can find a new truth that we missed at the time.
A new truth?
I don't really get it, but we just need to look at Rantaro's case again, right?
Then let's do it.
This is a great OST of this particular song.
Yes, let's do this together.
So where are we gonna go with this though?
My vast magical powers, I'll turn Monokuma into an omnibus.
I don't think you know what omnibus means,
I don't
Himiko.
really get that either, but I guess we're gonna republish Monokuma.
I'm not too sure either, but the real battle is just beginning. That's not confidence inspiring if you're saying that you don't know either, Shuichi, but okay. Prove that the result was wrong and corner the mastermind together. Alright, first non-stop debate of trial number 6. What do we got?
Rantaro went to the library just before Monokuma's time limit expired.
Using the information provided by the survivor perk, he made his way to the hidden door.
Yes, he did.
The identity of the mastermind.
But before he could achieve that goal, he got hit in the head with a shot put ball and died.
Because of Kaede's
Yeah.
fully automatic killing machine. Eh? Fully automatic? There was no culprit at the scene. The only one in the library at the time of the murder was Rantaro himself!
That's a fact, right?
The camera went off just before the incident, and only Rantaro was in the picture.
Rantaro was the only one at the scene. That's what we concluded at the first trial. But was it really true? Okay, so that's the one that we're supposed to be refuting. It's that last statement. But with what? I thought it was going to be with that second shot football, but was it not?
Went to the
What am I using here?
just
History of
before
Hope's
Monokuma's
Peak.
time limit expired.
The Survivor's
Using
Monopad.
the information provided by the survivor
Kokici's
perk,
motive video? I don't
he
think
made his
so.
way to the hidden
Two
door.
mysterious messages. What is that? What is the mysterious message? Pressing the wrong buttons. I don't think that's relevant.
Expose the identity of the mastermind.
The participant list, that's not relevant. The hidden door.
The shot put ball and died.
Card keys needed. When exiting the library from the hidden room, no card key is needed. I mean, it could be this. We could present this with saying that nobody was there at the time, saying that somebody could have come out of the door and been there. So that might be it.
Because of Kaede's fully automatic killing machine!
And the survivor's perk monopad. It's... I'm not sure which piece of evidence I need to present here. It could be this one too. The monopad tells him to go there. And that Monokuma's
Fully automatic?
controller will be there.
There was no culprit at the
Alright,
scene.
I'm gonna assume it's this one.
The only one in the library at the time of the murder was Rantaro himself!
Okay, cool. That was right. So we're gonna say that the mastermind was there as well?
Rantaro was not the only one in the library at the time the murder occurred.
But you see, this isn't really new, because we already figured that was a possibility even in the first case. We already discussed that possibility in the first case. So that's not actually the new information here. The new information in here is not that, oh, it's possible that the mastermind was going into the door at the time. No, that's not new. What's new is that they could have come out of the door without having to mess with any of the evidence. That's the new point. So that's why it's a little confusing.
Monopad is proof of that.
Why would that monopad be evidence?
The monopad was given exclusively to Rantaro as his survivor perk, correct? But when we searched Rantaro's body, he didn't have it on his person.
Mm-hmm. That's right, it was missing. Is that something I noted on the first trial? It'll be interesting to rewatch my playthrough, rewatching my first experience of this case, to see if I noticed the fact that his monopad was missing.
He only had his student handbook monopad.
Okay, is that what I assumed it was? I probably did.
Which means that someone took this monopad from Rantaro after the murder.
That's very wrong.
All right.
That's what we've been saying.
Are they gonna say that the pad that he had in his hand was his regular monopad?
What? Keep quiet, will you? I don't have time for your nonsense right now.
Really? I have no clue what anyone is talking about.
Well, it doesn't matter. This is not a case for you to
Chime
worry
in
about.
soon. Pops is gonna push the detonator.
So we better not let these fucking chumps run their mouths anymore.
Okay, what are we doing? The rebuttal showdown, huh? Okay.
A bloody monopad is disgusting. You should wash it right away.
That's not a real rebuttal!
Someone stole the survivor perk monopad? Where's the proof?
No way there's a bloody thief!
But remember, Rantaro brought the survivor perk monopad to the library.
Mm-hmm.
If it's missing now, that must mean someone stole it.
He brought that monopad to the library?
I think
Yeah.
there's maybe no way that's possible.
All he had on him was the student handbook monopad. He
That
didn't
is what
bring
they're
the
saying,
survivor
okay.
perk with him.
It is
I'll
this one.
cut through your words.
That's always a bit of a confusing
No, there is no doubt Rantaro brought the
mini
survivor
game to
perk
do,
monopad
but I
to
think
the
I got
library.
it pretty well.
The picture taken just before he died clearly shows him holding it.
Uh-huh.
That could be his student handbook monopad for all you fucking know.
No, it was definitely this same monopad.
Because of the hand mark, right?
You see the way the blood is dried here? The outline of his fingers matches how he was holding it in the picture.
Well, mostly, yeah. That's not really proof, though.
Oh, you're right.
Shortly after this photo was taken, Rantaro was struck in the head by the shot put ball. Do you think that's when this bloody outline on the monopad was formed?
I do. That's why the monopad Rantaro is holding in this picture has to be the same monopad we have now.
What?
Come on, no overreacting. It makes us look like we're not paying attention.
There was a lot of things in that case that were, like, a lot of information that seemed to be withheld from us. I'm just trying to think back on it and remember if they said that they removed the monopad from the scene or something. I don't know.
Scream all you want. Monosuke's the one that's gonna get blown up.
Okay. Did Monokuma do that? Did he just press the detonator and destroy one of them?
I was so upset my cute cubs lost that my finger slipped. But those those were some pretty fireworks. Even in death, my kid's a real cutie. I hear lions push their cubs into bottomless ravines to kill them.
Do they? I don't actually know.
They don't kill them.
So there was a thief, huh? I can't believe someone would do something so evil.
So who took the monopad? Do you know anything else?
Do we know anything about the person who took the Rontaro's monopad? Yes, I think we do. Let me get the facts straight and think. Well, honestly, we don't know. We don't know, because it could have been somebody who just took it from the scene of the crime at any point. But I assume that what we're gonna say is that it was the mastermind, right? Alright, vroom vroom vroom. This one's a fun minigame. I like this one. Oh, I saw the car, but I didn't think it was that close. Still can't quite make out what that says. How many monopads did Rantaro have? Is that what it's saying? Oh. Okay, how many monopads did Rantaro have in the library? Possibly 2? His own and then the, Survivor perk one? Okay. Although we don't know where the second one, his second one is exactly. Oh boy, cannot turn very well in this thing. This is a weird one. I'm just missing everything. Okay, which monopad was taken away? The Survivor one, of course. So I guess that's the confusing thing about it is that we saw a monopad in the image and we assumed it on the Survivor perk one. There was no way for us to know at the time whether or not that was like a unique monopad or anything. And again, I don't remember whether or not we found his regular monopad at the scene of the crime. Where was the monopad taken to? Into the secret room, of course. Yeah, the hidden room. I just realized, who are the people in the seats here? I think front left, that's Shuichi. But I'm not sure who everybody else is supposed to be there. Okay, well, that was very rude. I'm trying to grab these. It's just not working out for me. Oh my goodness. What is this? I'm just missing literally all of them. Good thing this is an easy, oh my gosh. I'm losing all my hearts though. Really shouldn't be losing hearts on this one. I can regain hearts here. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna lose to this thing? Is that really how we're gonna die here? Out of my way. Alright. Who can enter the hidden room? That's obvious. Okay, we can enter the hidden room. Here we go. The mastermind. Regain that health. Okay. Well, that was very poorly done on my part. But it's alright. We got there in the end.
The one who took that mono.
It's also a bit of an insane race there.
I'm sure of it.
The mastermind?
The survivor perk monopad was found in the library's hidden room. And only the mastermind would have been able to enter that room, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Between the time Rantaro died and when we found him, they put that monopad in the hidden room?
Nope, that's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
Huh? You don't know? Why, even my cute little cubs have already figured it out.
Huh?
What nonsense are they gonna say now?
Yeah, so I'll let Monotaro explain.
Huh? I've already forgotten what we're even talking about.
Oh crap, he's gonna push it! It's gonna be Monokid all over again!
The mastermind is not in any of the photos taken in the library. Why is that?
Well, that's because you guys took them. Well, the previous versions of you guys took them.
Huh?
And got them developed yourselves.
Oh, that's
And that was
true.
one of the most suspicious things about the case the very first time. And I never forgot about it, for sure.
In order to get to the hidden room, you need to move the bookcase, right? But Shuichi and Kaede set up those hidden cameras, so... If the mastermind was using that door, they would have been caught on camera.
But none of the pictures showed anyone like that.
Then, that reasoning is wrong.
Amazing, Monodon! Well done!
Hold on. The hidden cameras in the library had interval timers.
After the shutter snaps, the camera can't take a new photo for 30 seconds. I redesigned the cameras to auto-roll the film instead of having to do it manually.
Perhaps the mastermind worked within that 30-second interval?
I see. So the mastermind hid in the hidden room, waited for the right timing, grabbed the monopad from the library, and then returned to the hidden room.
Okay, and then we're gonna say that can't be the case because of the whole card reader thing.
Hold on. There's a flaw in
Or
your
specifically,
logic.
Monokuma's gonna say that.
What? What flaw?
Huh? Don't ask me. The Mono Cubs are gonna explain it.
I'm gonna delegate everything to the Monokubs until they're all gone.
What? Again? Reject your logic without explaining why. That's the Monokuma debate style.
I see. Well, the thing is, the Monokubs probably don't know the real answer because they weren't here for that trial.
Take it from here, Mono Cubs. And you better use your brains or I'll kill ya.
Poor Monokubs, they don't even know what's going on. They don't have all the info.
What are we arguing about again?
The hidden camera! Isn't it weird that the mastermind's not in any photos?
Unless they use the interval between shots.
The camera has a 30-second interval between shots. That's enough time to take the monopad from the body.
Then where was the mastermind hiding?
In the hidden room, of course!
If they were still inside the hidden room, How would they know what was happening in the library?
If you don't know when the camera went off, how would you know the interval timing?
Bravo, Monodon! Wonderful objection!
So that I think it
Now
is
we've
this.
escaped certain death.
I think we're gonna use the 6th Monocub here because that would let you know the entire time. I know the Mastermind was trying to time it, and of course the Mastermind would be able to hit the right timing.
What are we arguing about again?
Okay, first off, heal up. Second, yeah,
The
use the
camera has a
interval.
30-second interval.
Okay, so this is the one. Oh my goodness.
If you don't know
There
when
we
the
go, there we
camera
go.
went
That's
off,
wrong!
It's barely in time.
The Mastermind saw what was happening in the library. They had surveillance cameras.
Yep.
Surveillance cameras.
What? Where would something like that be?
Everywhere.
You don't know? Even though they're monocubs just like you?
Monocubs?
I mean these.
I guess they don't have super advanced eyesight or anything like that. They're not that enhanced.
So cute and tiny!
Aren't they? They're your siblings too.
That's a big reveal to drop so casually.
These little guys are called Nanokumas. Their job is to monitor the campus.
Oh, Monotaro already knows.
How do you know that?
Oh, Father told me. He said to make sure I told everyone.
Great.
I had completely forgotten about it. Good thing I just remembered.
Yep, you're right. Good thing. Well done.
Dumbass! You remembered too late.
There are countless Nanokumas buzzing all over the campus. All the footage they record is wirelessly transmitted through Mother Kuma, and then sent to Monokuma.
Yes, via Mother Kuma. That's an important point.
And what's the link between all of those and the Mastermind? Can the Mastermind get real-time data from Monokuma wirelessly somehow? I don't know, probably they can. Yeah, Mother
If
Kuma's
Mother
right there.
Kuma receives the camera feeds, the Mastermind could ask it anything.
Yeah, I see.
They would know about the situation in the library and the hidden room.
I guess the Mother Kuma could like tell them right when a picture is taken. And then they could run out right at that time.
I see! Mother Kuma can tell them the interval timers for the cameras!
Or, I mean, none of that wouldn't even be necessary at all. Well, actually, I guess it depends on how they're gonna say this. But what I'm saying is, if those like 6th Monocubs are everywhere, then they would know exactly how the cameras were built in the first place. They would have been watching that whole process.
Then the Mastermind was in the hidden room after they stole the monopad from Rantaro.
Mm-hmm.
But why would they steal the monopad?
Well, I mean, it had all sorts of information on it that they didn't want us to have at the time.
The Mastermind was probably terrified by the idea of us picking up Rantaro's perk.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong! It's
I
a
wasn't
nice Makoto line.
necessarily afraid. The survivor perk was for Rantaro's eyes only. Sure, he could have shared the info with you, but that's not the same as getting the info directly from the monopad. Because then, you can't say it was a survivor perk for Rantaro's eyes only, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, it makes sense. I don't think there's anything weird
so
about
when
that.
he died, I took it back. That's all.
Yep. That doesn't...
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that doesn't prove that the Mastermind was the one that killed Rantaro, but it does prove that the Mastermind was at least in the room in an interval where he was not captured on the cameras or something.
How do you figure?
You look calm now, but at the time, you must have been pretty desperate. The monopad clearly stated that there was a mastermind in the academy. If we knew then that a mastermind was behind everything, we would have worked together.
Okay, that sentence doesn't really make any sense. If you knew all along that a mastermind was behind everything, we would have worked together? What? You knew all along that somebody has to be behind it. It's not like you, like at the very start of the game, we're like, this bear is doing all these horrible things. Well, it must just be, must just be like a natural disaster. There's nobody behind all this. It's just a natural disaster. You know, bears, they just appear out of nowhere sometimes. They spawn in weird places and cause you to do killing games. I mean, what can you do about it, right? There's no logic to it at all. No, of course not. Of course that's not what we thought. What is Shuichi even talking about here? This makes no sense. If we knew then that a mastermind was behind everything, we would have worked together. We knew all the time that somebody was behind this. That some group, at the very least, was behind this. We always knew that. That's not a new information. We've always known there was a group behind this. And that didn't help us work together. I mean, I guess it did, but it like, his statement doesn't make sense. I don't know what the heck Shuichi's saying here.
But you couldn't let that happen. You needed us to go after each other.
Either way, you admit the mastermind stole the monopad, right?
Yeah, he said he already admitted that. So, one thing is, it's possible that the Monocubs didn't... right now, it's possible that the Monocubs did not alter the photos in any way. It's possible that they just took them to check to make sure that the mastermind wasn't in them before allowing us to have them. That's possible, I guess.
Yes, but only reluctantly.
Then the mastermind messed up.
Did they? I don't think so. It's not a mess up just yet.
If they wanted to retrieve the monopad, they should have used Monokuma to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Why did they have to do it physically themselves instead of getting Monokuma to do those things?
Nope, that's impossible.
Is there some rule we don't know about?
The rules state I can't participate in a murder, which includes tampering with the crime scene.
Yeah, but it's possible that you did, and if we prove that you did, then that's you breaking your own rules. That's kind of the whole point of this trial in the first place, is to prove that you broke one of your own rules. Like, this rule itself is the one. So you can't use that rule as proof. The school rules.
If you're so strict about following the rules, does that mean that someone is watching? If that's the case...
Still, what a waste of a survivor perk!
No, what was he gonna say? If you're so strict about following the rules, does that mean that someone is watching? If that's the case, then the person that's watching would know whether or not it was that person that's watching would know who the real mastermind is.
If only he lived a little longer, then this info would have made things interesting.
Stop changing the subject!
I still don't have the whole picture, but it seems that we're all being watched. In that case, this plan should go well. I ruin this killing game by proving that it doesn't follow its own rules. I should be able to end the whole thing. There's no confirmation, there's no proof of that though. Even if you prove that the whole killing game is pointless, what if Monokuma's fine with that? What if the people watching are fine with that? Like, we don't know that for a fact. Well, I guess it's the best we can do at this point.
To discuss Rantaro's case, right? The mastermind stealing his survivor perk shouldn't affect it whatsoever. In the end, Kaede killed him. There's no shaking off that truth.
Yeah!
One truth prevails!
No, that's not the truth. I'm certain of that. It's a lie that you made up.
Me? Lie?
That's right. Kaede wasn't the one who killed Rantaro. The true culprit is...
The mastermind.
That's it!
And finally, we're gonna get into this.
Mastermind controlling Monokuma. They're the one who killed Rantaro.
Yeah, I want to bring up the like the other shot put ball, and start bringing up all that other stuff, because that's the stuff that right now we've just done a bunch of review basically. We haven't got into the more important new aspects yet.
The mastermind is the culprit?
Jeez, and you call yourself the ultimate detective?
I'd like to start getting some real answers.
Trying to overturn the results of the first-class trial. The Mono Cubs won't be silent about this!
What? Us again?
But we said we don't know.
So here's the thought. Are the Monokubs a way for Monokuma to get around his own rules? What are his rules again? Let's review. School rules. We gotta be here. Class trials. Blackened. Executions. People can graduate. Only 2 surviving students remain. This still hasn't come up yet in this. I'm still very curious about that. It's got to be relevant at some point. Nighttime. No killing Monokuma. Monokuma won't commit crimes. Don't break your monopads. Body discovery announcement. You can explore. Yeah, and as soon as you violate the rules, we'll be exterminated. But Monokuma will never directly commit a murder. So this rule directly contradicts this rule in a way. Well, not directly, but it in a lot of ways contradicts it, because since Monokuma is in charge, right? Monokuma cannot commit a murder. He'll never directly commit a murder, but he might indirectly commit a murder. And that is what the Monokubs are for. The Monokubs allow Monokuma to indirectly murder people with the Exisals, right? And also, in that case, if the mastermind kills somebody, that's technically not Monokuma committing a murder. So the rules were not broken. And if the Monokubs kill people, that's also technically not a violation of the rules either. Interesting. Swimming is prohibited. 2 murders. Only one whose victim was found first will be the blackened. This has never come up. I mean, it has in the double murder, but it was never actually important, because the murder was by the same person, which I always thought was a bit of a odd choice. And new rules. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. It was mainly the whole contradiction with the Monokuma can't murder people, but
if Rantaro's
can
killer is
murder
the
people.
mastermind, that means Kaede was the mastermind.
Nope.
Can you prove the mastermind is the culprit?
Yeah, got any evidence?
You want evidence Kaede is the culprit? The shot put ball at the murder scene.
Okay, this is where we bring up the shot put ball. Good.
Rantaro in, and then cracked his skull with a shot put ball.
Yep, Kaede set up the whole thing.
Okay, I think that's the one.
Kaede had it all along.
Or maybe it's this one I need to shoot.
See, Kaede's the mastermind after all.
Why so interested in dead people? You want to crack open a cold one?
What? I don't know. It's making some kind of joke there. I didn't get it. If I can just show that Kaede isn't the culprit, their argument falls apart. I should have evidence of that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, she did set up the whole thing. No. This is the one. Yep. Okay, good.
The most important fact we discovered during the investigation is this. The shot put ball that Rantaro was killed with was different than the one Kaede had.
Yep, and I agree with Shuichi that that's the single most important piece of evidence.
What'd you say? I have no idea what's going on.
different shot put ball? What do you mean?
I found a shot put ball in the trash can in the hidden room. But it was not the murder weapon. That shot put ball didn't have any blood on it. Rather, there was a pink fiber stuck to that shot.
Yeah, showing that it was Kaede's.
Pink fiber? So what?
Do you remember how Kaede was carrying the shot put ball?
Actually, I don't. Kaede's backpack. She was carrying the shot put ball in there. Despite its weight, it would have been easy to carry in a backpack. I noticed you also had a spare vest in which you could have wrapped it in. That would prevent the cameras you were carrying from being damaged. Poor Kaede! Why? Why do we have no Kaede? It's wrong. No, that's wrong. Why do we have no Kaede? See, she had it. Oh, why am I voicing that line?
It was wrapped in her spare vest. Her pink vest.
I see. The shot put ball you found in the hidden room had a pink fiber on it.
Yes, it's a fiber from her vest. That can only mean that the ball I found was the one that was in Kaede's backpack.
What'd you say? Really? I got no idea what you're talking about.
So I feel like what's gonna happen here is somehow this is gonna be turned around. Where we're gonna say that it wasn't Kaede, right? It was the mastermind. The mastermind's gonna reveal themselves and they're gonna say, I'm Kaede, and they're gonna look like Kaede, and they're gonna be Kaede's sister. And they're gonna say, see, you proved that it wasn't me because you proved that it wasn't Kaede. And then we have to prove that that person's not Kaede. It's gonna be some crazy thing like that. That's my guess right now.
Did not have blood on it, so it could not have been the murder weapon. In short, the shot that Kaede used didn't hit Rantaro.
I mean, it was kind of a crazy setup to begin with to hope that it would hit like the mastermind or Rantaro perfectly on the head just because of that setup and happen to kill them. It was a little bit far-fetched to begin with, so I guess it makes sense.
Maybe they just washed off the blood.
I know it was all lined up, but
So,
still.
the fiber on the shot put ball would have been washed off as well.
Because, like, it matters the exact positioning of the shot put ball, like, whether or not they were right or left-handed, like, will change their head position as they go and reach for the camera. A lot of things would have had to go perfectly for him to die from something like that.
It's clear that the real murder weapon is different than the shot Kaede had. Yes, Kaede set up the bookcase and rolled the shot into the vent. But that shot didn't hit Rantaro. Her plan failed.
So the question is, why did the mastermind also use the shot put ball? Because they knew what Kaede was doing and they wanted to frame her for a murder? Because there's no way the mastermind would so happen to have a shot put ball with them and happen to choose that as their murder weapon. No, they clearly chose their murder weapon because they knew of what Kaede's plan was. And they wanted to ensure that Kaede's plan succeeded. Like, it's possible that maybe they were waiting for Kaede's plan to work on Rantaro. But when it failed, they're like, no, it needs to succeed. And then they went in and killed them themselves and said, there, now Kaede's plan has succeeded. Because if Kaede's plan had succeeded on its own, they wouldn't have needed to intervene at all. They would have had the murder that they wanted.
Failed? I don't even know what that means.
If you found that shot put ball in the hidden room, then that means...
Found the shot put ball in the hidden room because... it was always there. The mastermind took it.
That's it! The mastermind took it from the library. Only they could get in that room after all.
The mastermind took it?
So they recovered the shot that missed Rantaro, and he was killed by a different one.
Rantaro was killed by the mastermind, who made it look like Kaede was the culprit. That required a bit of trickery on the mastermind's part. They prepared their own shot to kill Rantaro and switched it with Kaede's shot.
But again, this was more of a fallback plan rather than a full plan of their own, because it's possible that they wouldn't have needed to act at all. They just had this all prepared in case they needed to ensure it worked.
They took Kaede's shot put ball and stowed it in the hidden room. To put it simply, Kaede didn't kill Rantaro. It was the mastermind.
What?
Did you?
Everyone, calm down. Father is going to yell.
Ah! Okay, I didn't expect Monodam to be the first one, the second one to explode.
Whoops! I got too worked up and accidentally pressed the detonator.
Interesting. Monodam was the only one who was really trying to refute us. Now they've got no useful people on their side at all.
The mastermind killed Rantaro? But why?
I believe the reason had something to do with a time limit motive.
Yeah, Monokuma wanted a murder to take place within their time limit. If it doesn't occur by nighttime 2 days from now, every student will die, okay? Yep, I remember.
Kaede was keeping us all together, and we refused to kill each other. To break up the stalemate, the mastermind introduced that motive.
Yep, and he wanted it to kickstart the killing game and get people started on killing. And it worked. Kaede was about to kill somebody. It's just she failed at her job, and he had to help her along.
This was a gamble. They didn't want to cause total chaos after all.
Because that would just end everything. They wanted an exciting killing game.
That motive put pressure on the mastermind, as well as us.
Yes, Kaede had a plan to kill the mastermind, but however,
Oh, I didn't mean to
the
skip.
plan ultimately failed. The shot put ball that she rolled didn't hit Rantaro.
Let me reread that. Yes, Kaede planned to kill the mastermind, but Rantaro was caught in the trap.
Because it missed, we would have been annihilated due to the time limit.
Yeah, and Monokuma didn't want that.
But the mastermind wanted to avoid that situation, so they took action.
Thanks to the Nanokumas, the mastermind would have known Kaede's intended murder weapon. So when her plan failed, they would already have another shot put ball prepared.
Then, the mastermind manipulated the scene to make it look like Kaede succeeded. All they had to do was hide Kaede's shot in the hidden room that only they could enter.
So, Kaede was executed on false charges?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, she was. She didn't actually kill anyone.
I mean, she still tried to kill somebody, but she didn't actually kill anybody.
But she was executed nonetheless. Because the mastermind framed her for Rantaro's murder. And Monokuma played along. He let us believe the mastermind's lie. We were all fooled, including Kaede. We thought she was the culprit until the very end.
I didn't. I never wanted her to be the culprit to the very end.
And you want to tell us this game is fair? That there are rules? That's all bullshit! This game makes no sense at all.
If Monokuma twisted the truth for this case,
he could have done it for the other ones too.
then he could have twisted it for the other cases as well, making this killing game unfair.
Then, it's not even a killing game anymore. It's just killing.
I won't forgive them. I'll never forgive them for breaking the rules and killing Kaede.
I mean, it's a bit of a weird thing to not forgive them specifically for for the whole rule breaking thing. Like either way the killing is happening. Either way, killing is the killing. You should be mad at them just for having the whole killings happen in the first place. But no, we're mad at them for breaking the rules. I understand it's both. I understand we're mad at them for both, but it's just a little bit interesting to be mad at them for breaking their rules.
So cruel. I'll never forgive them.
As if that makes
will
it that
avenge
much better
Kaede.
if they were following the rules.
I swear on her kindness and her love and her grave that I will avenge her.
Yeah! How dare the mastermind create the detonator that blew up the adorable Monodum?
Okay, Monokuma.
You're the one that blew
Speaking
it
more
up.
nonsense again.
Go past the
Anyway, we know the mastermind.
Keep accidentally doing that. Maybe I should just use autoplay.
Was killer. Let's figure out who that is.
That is, if Monokuma still wants to continue this class trial.
Of course we're gonna keep going. Like I said, this killing game will never end.
No, it will end when there's 2 people left.
No, Monokuma. I will end this.